Hello, hello, and welcome to Tuesday Talk. I'm excited that you're here. Can't believe it's Tuesday again. It's just time just flies, right? But anyway, if you're new here, I am streaming live on Facebook, on the Statement Designs page, and also on YouTube on the Tuesday Talk channel. So tonight we're going to be talking about dopamine design, a little bit about dopamine decor, but we're really focusing on air dry clay. That's what I've been working with a lot lately. So we're going to be playing with that. And hey, Dar, you're on in portrait mode. Okay, well, I've been thinking about that. I normally I normally hide that portrait thing, but you had me thinking about it. So hopefully it'll all look good in portrait. So how you doing tonight? Um, so what I'm doing is I'm showing you a few things that I have done, and I'm going to show you some things that I am working on. So I've been doing Workshop Wednesday on WTAJ, which is our local station, and they have a show that's called Studio 814. So every other Wednesday I go on, and again, it's called Workshop Wednesday. Normally, what I do is following whatever I did on the previous night's Tuesday Talk. Well, this time, because I'm going to be talking about dopamine decor on that show, and I would like to talk about it on Flippin' Bunch too when it's my turn to host next. But I'm going to be taking 2 weeks of Tuesday Talk to actually show you some things and talk about it. So before we get started with anything, I've been shopping a lot. And I want to show you some of the things that I got. So I got today, Amazon, gifted me with a whole bunch of things that all came on the same day. And then I did a thing that I picked up at Michael's too. So, hey, Gretchen, good to see you too. And you're not late really at all. You're 2 minutes. Hey, so I'm going to show you what I've been shopping. So I try to get the camera good tonight. So this first thing is this little professional clay kit. So it comes with this little bag, and it has this sponge that you need with when you're working with clay. I know, Dara, you've worked with clay before. And it has a bunch of these little, which I already had a couple of them, but they have a little ball tip. They're good for poking holes and things. And so there's those tools. And then there's these silicone, which they have a handle here. But these ones are like shaping tools. So they're nice with that silicone. So there's those. I'm just thrilled about this because I've been wanting tools. Cool. Do you work with clay? Oh, okay. Boy, Gretchen, we can figure that one out. Let me see. Ban user and delete comments. Okay, bye-bye, Abraham. Okay. Oh, and Allie, hi. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so here's some more. These ones are wooden smoothing tools. And this one was from Amazon. And then these ones too that you can kind of scrape, down and narrow down the clay. Okay. And not seeing anyone. Are they from Facebook? Oh, you're not? Okay, let me do that show the comments thing because that seemed to do the trick the last time. Okay. Let me know if you see them now. Okay, and then these ones are plastic, and then these are larger shaping tools. Um, so, oh, these are really cool. So, so Dar, you said I love that. You mean this kit? Because I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. And then one last little package to open. Okay, good. um, so this one is these other, I don't know, I guess you call them ball tools. I don't know. Ooh, and they have a grip on them too. So these are pretty nice. They're heavy. I have this ceramic tile here so you can hear. But anyway, I want to do some 3D flowers, and these will really help me because you make the petal and then you use this to flatten and kind of it just like moves it out and gives it that depth. So that's one new toy. Okay, and let me show you some more. Okay, so this is DOS softener. So I take it that you can take harder clay and use this to soften it back up again. It also, I need to do a little research on it. Up here it says for over bake clay. So I have learned that you can bake DOS clay. I've been wanting to, let me put the camera up a minute here so I can talk to you. I've been wanting to do, let me put this, I've been not wanting to bake polymer clay. That's why I'm using air dry clay. But I have heard of people baking it just to dry it out a little bit. So I need to understand what over baking clay is. I did a quick search for it on Google, and the results were all oven bake clay. But they do have a QR code here, so I am gonna study and see what that's all about. So that's another new tool in my arsenal. Okay, and then this one, let me put the camera back down again, is UV resin glue. So if any of you have watched Jonathan Mark Mendez, he works with IOD, but he's had his own channel for a long time. He's really a gifted furniture painter and artist. But I saw him using this. So he used the tulip molds that they came out with this spring. And he did it on clear glass, and he used this UV glue resin to apply it. And this is a little UV, I don't know whether it's charged or not. Probably not. Yeah. So the little UV light. So I do have the UV lamp, that it's like I call my easy bake oven, but this is nice because you can hold something in position and then use it. Move to my, I'm sorry, Dar. Okay, so what we're looking at is UV resin glue, and this is the UV light that is handheld. So as Mark was doing, or Jonathan was doing, he was using clear resin. He used those tulips, and he applied it to clear glass, and he used this stuff, and he cured it with this. So another new tool. If they're called tools, then it's not excessive, right? If they're called toys, then, maybe. Okay. Here's another thing that I saw, and I saw it used, and I'm like, where do I get it? And here, as it turns out, I had to look with like cake baking supplies. So I'll demonstrate this one later because I want to I want to see how this one works. But so it's a two-part situation. So there's the cutter. So you cut out this flower and then you put it on here and then you move this over and then that gives it the shape. It gives it the dimension. So we're definitely going to try that one out. This is silicone. So it's like, I feel like I could throw it on the wall and it would stick. But okay, so there's that. And then we're running out of things. Here's another. Now, these ones, I don't even remember ordering. Do you ever sleep shop? I do sometimes. I'm serious. Do you ever sleep shop? I'm like so drowsy and I'm on Amazon or wherever because the internet knows me. Social media sends me right to all this stuff. And, I might be half asleep. And then when it comes, I'm like, I don't even remember ordering that. So it's a problem. I guess it's better than sleepwalking. Eat, sleep, shop. Yes. And now that I have my craft room in the basement, it's also craft. So I'm so happy to be able to do this. So I've been able to spend more time at the garage, getting some furniture painting done. Sorry, I'm trying to get it. Here we go. Getting some furniture painting done. But okay, so I don't even know what these are. So these are molds, which I'm assuming. So if I do that, okay. There we go. I'm assuming that I need to do this with resin because I don't think that clay is going to come out very good with this kind of mold. This is a super soft, flexible silicone. So they look to be flowers. This looks like a chrysanthemum and it looks like it'll be gorgeous. These looks like little roses. I don't know. I might try some clay in it. What the heck? I think this is like an oval. I didn't think these were as big as they are. I thought this was going to be for jewelry making. This is like a sunflower. I'm trying to move it for you, Dar. Daisy, kind of like a daisy. And then this is a deep, looks like a rose. So these are much larger than I thought they would be. So now I have no clue what I'm going to do with them. Before, I thought I was going to work with jewelry with them, but I don't see that happening unless they're very big statement pendant pieces. Okay, there's one last thing in here I haven't shown you yet. And these are pretty simple. They're just flat wooden, and this will work with next week. Just flat wooden beads, and they're for around a frame that we're gonna paint in nice bright colors. So, all right. So 7:13, and I haven't done a thing yet, but it's kind of show and tell. I want to show you some things I was working on. Let me get the camera back up here. So I had Gracie with me today. You've used those with two-part resin. Okay. Yeah, I've used so that kind, like that flower. I've used deeper molds like that too with resin, but I just don't know whether they'll work very well with clay or not. But we'll have to find out. But anyway, I had Gracie today, and she's 3, and we made the cutest little thing. I have some pictures that I want to show you. So let me see. These are things I've been wanting to try. So this thing will probably be, I'm going to show you anyway. So this will probably be more next week. We'll be doing more frames and stuff. Okay, look at this. Look how cute this is. So it's made out of air dry clay. And then it is, you use UV resin over it. But after the clay dries, then you paint it, do the little design. I wish that You Made What wasn't there, but it's so cute. It's just a little note thing, like, or you can leave notes for people in your family. You use the pen, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, whiteboard pen. And this is like a little ledge for it here. But that's cute. I'm thinking of things to make for shows because I'm going to be doing some shows. Okay, so this one I think is so cute, and I attempted to do this. And I'm going to bring it over here. So let me show you. And so what I did, let me move it. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be a funny one too. So today, whenever I was working with Gracie, I realized I was kind of rolling my clay a little thin for some of these projects. So I'm going to show you another one. But so I rolled this one a little bit thicker. And all I did was when I rolled it out, I just used an X-Acto knife, and just kind of cut around it, cut another piece. And then I used some techniques that, you score it and then you use some slip, which slip is simply watered down air dry clay. And that helps you to smooth your joints. Now, mine, when you look, I'll put this back up here again. When you compare them, their vase is much bigger. They probably put like a toilet paper roll on there to shape their piece of clay. But I wasn't looking at the picture until later. And mine's much smaller, but I'm not discouraged because I feel like that could be really cute to do like a plant, like a rooter, to root plants or to put a dried flower in. Either way, it'll be really cute, but I'm going to paint it in those bright dopamine colors. And if you notice on this one, I hope you can see it, it has little daisies in it too, like not the daisies that are in the vase, but painted on it. So I thought that was cute. So Gracie and I did something very similar. Wow, I wish I would have taken a picture of it today. She really did well. I mean, I did most of it, to be honest, but she helped. And so I got these cookie cutters, which I'm going to hide this. And so these cookie cutters came from Tupperware years ago. And let me bring your comments back up. Okay. But there's a little house and they're so cute. They all fit together. I don't have them all here, but this one's a car. And then there's a person, and then they have a little kitty cat inside them. And it's a whole family. Here's a tree and then a little bear. They all nest together. I used to sell Tupperware years ago. So it all just kind of fits in there somehow. But anyway, that's what we used for the birdhouse. Let me go back to this and that. So we did cut a little hole in the middle, except we did a heart. We did this little heart. And this again is another Tupperware nesting cookie cutter set. I just got all these out today and it was like, oh, I'm going to have some fun with these because I decided I'm going to do some keychains and stuff. So we ended up also using these apothecary label stamps, and we spelled out Gracie's name. And she used watercolors after it was dry and she painted it. I did speed up the drying time a little bit with the heat gun, which she was deathly afraid of. I tried to tell her to begin with don't touch it. It's really super hot. Then she was just afraid when it was on. I said, it's like a hair dryer. She's so funny. She's a cutie. Okay, so this is, oh, that is the thing that I showed you. I don't know why I had a screenshot of it. I already showed you that. Okay, so back to the show and tell, and then we're actually going to have some, activity here. We are going to do some things. And let me get my comments back. How awesome. Tupperware was so innovative. Oh my gosh, yes, they certainly were. I will agree with you there. Okay, so let's get rid of this. And then there was another project that I just wanted to do. And it was, I'm going to say it was a fail, but we're going to attempt it again tonight. Here, live. So I've been seeing these cute little egg trays. So I'm going to try to demold this. I know the problem with this is the clay is far too thin. So I've kind of gotten somewhere with it. Oh my gosh. Must have dried enough. Okay, so this area over here is not good. I just, like I said, it was too thin. Oh, Dar, you probably can't see this. Okay. So that top part, trying to get it in for you portrait people. You can see it's still wet too. But yeah, so this was far too thin. So, but you know what? Live and learn. I'm gonna attempt it with some thicker clay tonight. And well, I guess we could do the 6, but I also did cut this apart so we could do the 9 as well. But I think maybe I'll stick with the 6. Okay. So let me get these out of the way. Leave this here. And while I'm talking to you, so I've been like going through the clay. So this this is all I have left of a 2-pound package that I just got the other day. So I'm gonna grab a good hunk. I'm tempted to roll the whole thing. I don't think I'll need it all. Who knows what we'll get into though. Let me put the camera down. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So I have a whole bag of clay. So if you guys, I know Dar, like I said, you've worked with clay, and anybody that's worked with clay, let me know what your favorite brand is. But this is kind of hard as a rock. Not hard as a rock, but I'm going to see if that other stuff will help it. And maybe we'll get some of it back. Okay, so I have found that using cornstarch, just like in molds, is very helpful when you're rolling out your clay. Gracie was all about this part. She wanted to do that. Yeah, Gretchen, they Tupperware had so many cool like kids' toys and just so many things. Their engineers were amazing. And their business model too, I think. Speaking of business, how's your job going? I'm gonna warm this up in my hand. That was also another part that Gracie was not quite down with. She kept taking it apart. She just wanted to take little pieces apart, but that's okay. Dar, did you go to Darnia? Okay, so I'm gonna set it down, put another little bit of cornstarch on top of it, get my pin, which I still haven't cut down yet. Actually, I was thinking there was a rolling pin in that kit, but I guess not. I don't want to move my tile because it's centered so you can see it. Okay, I thought I lost somebody there for a minute, but maybe it was Gretchen. Maybe she went away for a minute. So, there's these little things. Where are they? Um, okay, so these two little spacers, they're good to put on either side as a guide, but this will roll my dough too thin. My clay too thin. So I need to get like, I don't know, a couple paint sticks or something like that. That would be a good thickness for that, for thicker projects. So I took this adult pottery class. Now it wasn't on the wheel, but it was just this with regular clay that you fire. So I'll be going back in a week or two, or either this Saturday or next Saturday, and then we'll be glazing the pieces that we did. I want to get this a little bit more elongated. I don't want to go too thin here. All right, I think we're pretty good here. Now I could cut out a rectangle, but I think I'd rather cut out around it. So I'm going to put this down, and this time I'm going to put a little cornstarch on it as well. I didn't really have trouble releasing it, but just better safe than sorry. So. I've seen people do this. Okay, now this end is thicker than this end for sure. I can feel it. Maybe I just won't use this end. Okay. All right, so I want to make sure that it gets to the edges, all of the edges. And then I want to make sure that I'm getting down in here. I saw somebody doing this and they used an egg, which would have been perfect. Maybe I should get my new tools out and use this really big ball that I didn't think I would have a use for, but now I see that this is a perfect application for it. So we'll try this one. So one person I saw do this, they poked it down on the front side, but everybody else that I've seen do it, they used the back side of the egg carton. Okay. Until I get used to my tools, I'm just going to use the X-Acto knife. Because right now that's kind of what I'm comfortable with. I want to give it sort of a rounded edge. Now I have a fold here that I'm going to have to work with. And I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so far this looks pretty good. And I can always wait when it dries too and sand it down too. Okay, this side's sticking out way far. So the ones that I've seen are just super cute. They're really, bright colors and just, I've seen them with the daisies on them and stuff. So just a cute little project. So tomorrow night on Flippin' Bunch, we're going to be talking about different platforms. Dara's hosting, and we're talking about different social media platforms and whether you should be on all of them or not. Okay, I don't want to get too carried away here. I want to leave a little, because I think it kind of has like a little bit of an organic nature to it, when it's done. So this we're going okay, so I need to address this. That's like the worst place right there where I have this fold. So I have my water mister here. So I've just been kind of misting my fingertips. I know I need to make a bottle of slip up. So just basically taking the clay, a little bit of the clay and watering it down and putting it in a bottle or a jar. But that helps to smooth those things. Let me get one of these smoothing tools. I've been using this little thing. I remember we used these in ceramics, but that just helps smooth that out. So I know these edges are going to be all needing sanded, but that's okay. I'd rather have a little extra right now than not enough. Here's another place that needs kind of smoothed down. And that just works beautifully. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see this one until next week, but I'm going to set this one aside. Well, now I see a whole bunch of clay I'm going to cut off. And I do have another project that I want to do with some clay, but we're going to experiment with this little one of my new gadgets first and see how that works. Okay, I'm going to set this back here into drying land. I'm going to put I've been using paper plates because they give a little bit of stability and I can move them around, So put a paper towel on it. Okay. Well, I'll wait a minute and show you those other things here. So I have this little hunk left. I'll put the camera down. So I want to see how this works. So when you get enough cornstarch in here, it's kind of just like dough, after you get some flour in there, it wants to, it's going to hold its shape and it's not going to stick. So, um, I only need a little hunk, so that's why this doesn't look the best, but I just need just enough to cut this little flour out. Now, on these things, I noticed there's a sharp side and then there's that side. So I use the sharp side, obviously. So I'm going to cut a couple of these out. Okay, and then that's when the sponge would have come in handy too. So this little tool, this blade, Dar, did you figure anything out as far as the StreamYard predicament? Okay, so now we have these little flowers cut out. So now it's time to use this little thing. Nope. So let me see. I guess that's how you do it. So we just put it in here and squish this down. Oh my gosh. I wish I could get this a tad smaller, but I love it. Oh my. Okay, I'm in heaven now. This is the easiest way to get dimensional flowers that actually look good. Crawling into another rabbit hole, so you are. Okay, look how cute these flowers are. And so another thing I've been doing, so I've been considering, that one night I colored some clay with some paint. And I've been considering making small batches of that. But I've also been enjoying just doing watercolor. I'm going to show you an example. Oh my gosh. And I want to show you what I want to do with these. This is too much fun, guys. So like I said, I found this in the cake decorating section. So maybe I can find a smaller one because then I would really be in jewelry making nirvana. Oh, and I have one other project. Not tonight, but I wanted to do see, I've been, wanting to get some inventory up for fairs and stuff and on the website. But it's this calendar. Sorry, I'm quieter. I'm constantly being called away to help my mother-in-law. She's not doing great. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. Okay, but only with her legs. Okay. Yeah, they are. They're okay. The silicone is good because it's flexible. Okay, so these guys are cute. Let me show you if I can without knocking things over. Okay, so I have been a busy girl. So these things I've been working on, and they're in various stages. Obviously, they're not all done. But let me grab. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. They remind me of pins my grandmother had. Oh, and then I did these roses. So that was kind of, this is kind of what I'm going for, but I wanted something with some more dimension. So that's why I'm tickled with those. Um, so I also have this little drill now. So I can wait until the clay is hard. It's much easier though if you do start a hole to begin with. But so let me get this lid off here and very carefully. So I have these things, and these you can like put down in the clay and cut around them. But I've also seen them like attach these shapes, these dimensional pieces to these. So that's something to play with too. Obviously, this is a little large for this, but you could do one in the center. And you could do, you could flatten it out a little. The other thing you could do is use like another piece of clay, like this shape, or I actually just got a whole bunch. Yeah, so it wasn't just today that Amazon came. Over there. Oh, I've even forgotten what I'm looking for at this point. I don't know. I forgot what I'm looking for. Oh, it's right in front of me. So I had done these earrings. So the background is this, and I used that texture roller, put some texture in it. Let's see. There we go. And then I did some leaves. I'm sorry, I'm trying. Then I did some leaves on it. So I want to paint this. So anyway, that's the idea. That's the idea. So I'm happy with this. And I'm going to get happier, I'm sure. I also have these little frames too. I could probably use those as well. I could pour, this is an idea, I could pour resin in here, then put one of these on, like just bake them, or not bake them, but let them air dry and paint them, and put the air dry, or not air dry, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. The resin, the UV resin on it. I could do either the background and clear, because what you do is you use tape. There's a certain tape that you use where you lay it down and then you fill this with UV resin. So if I had this done already with resin, then I would just pop that in there. Oh, I think those are going to be cute. Okay. So there's that. All right. I don't want to get carried away with a bunch of off-topic stuff, but because it's 7:43 and I do want to show you something else. But check this out. So I made this too thin, as you can see, because this would be a cute keychain. Thanks, Gretchen. I hope it works out. I'm gonna probably sit here tonight and play with it. But so I cut some more of these thicker. But this is a cookie cutter ice cream cone. I think this would be an adorable little keychain. And all I did was let it dry. I watercolored it, and then I took Posca markers and just put, drew on it. And I think that'll be cute. So let me show you what else I've been playing with, and then I have one other project to show you to do with you tonight. Let's see. Sorry, guys, they're all sitting back here drying. Well, okay, I won't worry about all them. So like I said, I have some thicker, ice cream is always a seller with me. Real resin, wood, clay, real. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited about those. So these ones, the little kitty cats, I think these would be really adorable necklaces. Now you can see where it's not completely dry, but I'm thinking, to just kind of like use the Posca markers and kind of color these like real cats, like make some yellow and, just like different types, different breeds of cats, just draw the details in. I think these would be really, really cute. And, then use the, why can't I say UV resin tonight? Okay, and this one was an Easter egg cookie cutter. I have no idea what I would do with this. It would be a cute little gift tag, maybe, because it's so thin. So anyway, that was that cookie cutter. Okay, so these are drying, and that's my plans with those. And you can see these ones that are drying are a lot thicker. And I think they'll be a lot beefier. Real cats and could add colored color. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go for the dopamine hit. You're on board. Okay, I can't wait to start these. So that I will be a factory with this. But I'm gonna set these aside for the moment. Okay, let these little delicate flowers dry. Well, Gretchen, when we go to Jenna's, I'll have to, we'll have to decide what we want to do. Maybe I can have some, I miss you guys. I have to do this. Oh, sorry. Anyway, when we get to Jenna's, when we do our little, overnight thing, then we'll have to pick a project and maybe that would be it. So, um, tell me what you want to work on. Maybe I can have a bunch of them, done. That would be so much fun. Okay. And also, just in case you think I look a little different, I decided to quit fighting the gray and had them do silver in it. Michelle, that was on a couple weeks ago, did it. She's so good. She said it'll get more silver as I use toner with it, because right now it looks kind of blondish, but I do like it though. My husband likes it too, so that's important. Okay, so he loves poinsettias at Christmas. Painting jewelry or charms, yeah. So he always buys poinsettias at Christmas, and last year they were all in these containers, which I thought were substantial enough to be planters on their own. So I have some terracotta clay here. This is DOS terracotta clay. Started to comment about your hair when I was called away. I think it looks great. Thank you. Thank you. I just got tired of fighting the gray, and I saw this really pretty picture of a woman with long hair that was gray. And I thought, I showed it to Tom because I didn't want to pull any surprise moves. And he said, no, I like it. He said, as long as it's silvery gray and not dark gray. So then I started getting cold feet, and I started thinking, oh, this is, going to be so drastic. People are just going to be like, what did you do? And then, I just discussed it with her, and she, came up with a plan, and this is it. So I really am not going to have to do too much. This was the big move, So now if we touch it up, we'll be putting just foils in it. So So that's it. I'm gray now. I'm going to be gray. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down. I'm opening this. Hey, Josie, started playing with clay last year. Isn't it fun? I mean, I think it makes you feel like a kid, you know? Yeah, I was saying my granddaughter was here with me today, and she just had more fun cutting it apart, you know, like tearing it apart into little pieces. She's a trip. Okay. So this, I am assuming that I'm going to treat it just like, have you ever used a terracotta? Michelle just reacted to the dopamine clay play. Not that's who I just mentioned there. If you're on, Michelle, I love it. Okay, I made Mother Nature in a class. Was so fun. Oh wow, I bet. I'd love to see that. Okay, tearing out a hunk. This feels a little bit, the reason why I have the gloves on is because I understand when you use this stuff that the color really transfers onto your skin and it's really hard to get off. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what I heard. So I'm not going to take any chances. I don't really want red hands. So I originally thought I would use this on terracotta pots, which is why I got terracotta clay, but I'm gonna kind of roll this in a little, the trick to the thickness, get 2 sticks, the thickness, right, yes. Yes, I need to get thicker sticks. I have 2 little ones, but not that, now don't say a word. No one say a word. I'm gonna hurry up and flatten this out before you have a chance. I have this other hunk of clay that I want to get in the bag here. This is where I started. Small packs of clay. Just wait. You'll be buying 25-pound slabs. What is your favorite brand? Behave, Dar. Oh, it still looks bad. It looks worse on camera. Okay, I'm going to hurry up. And I don't want to knock my water over here. Okay. Put this on the end here. Now I do have those little thin ones. Where are they? They're clear and they're hard to see. But yeah, this is what I have here to get them out to this thickness. I'm laughing too. I'm just trying to behave. Just because I'm live and all, you know. Okay, I'm gonna move this up here and finish rolling this thickness. I have too much stuff in the way. I'll show you what I'm gonna cut out in a second, then you'll know why I'm kind of going real thin here. So we had the lousiest weather today. I mean, we had a couple inches of snow after, you know, some 70-degree weather. Unreal. All right, I'm probably going to have to, I want one of those tools to scrape off the towel for making cookies. Yes. Yeah, that's true. That would be good. Grizz, sorry, you're gonna have to wait, buddy. I think Grizz is getting a little doggy dementia. He always wants to go out. I think he forgets. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm just using this wooden. I used this on those frames last week, and I'm just using this wooden thing to cut this out with. Now, kind of bowed, I feel like. But as we were saying, everything scallops. This is looking to be as bad as spring as the winter. Thankfully, we escaped the tornado threats. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like when I saw the weather the other day, it was just like, yeah, just like be prepared for rain, snow, tornado, winds, whatever. Okay. Okay. And I'm just cutting around these little scallops. I hope I don't cut into this wood because I am planning on using it for something else. I was over at my friend's the other day, and she has these little shelves, and I said, these little scallops would look really cute on there. And then I didn't think I had them. I knew I had some, but here I have two, so I'm gonna take them over and put them on her shelves if she wants me to. All right, let's see how we did. I got caught in the snow running errands. Was clueless, was just a thick sweater. Won't be that dumb again this year. We picked up my van because it was at the shop earlier. And I mean, it had snowed, but then the sun came out and it was kind of nice. Not warm, but just, sunny. And then I got in the van, like I was literally just getting in the van, and all of a sudden it was a blizzard. I mean, we could barely see. I mean, we were then in separate cars because we were picking up my van, but it was like I came home, I'm like, holy blizzard. He's like, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty nice. So let's see. Hey, Michelle, you want to build something? Let's do it. I've been thinking about your sign. I'm thinking about that. Somebody can get it down, then we'll work on that. Okay. Michelle, they were complimenting me on my hair, so Michelle's the one that did the magic. Okay, I'm going to cut this down. Alrighty, let's see. It's been like that here for 3 days. You guys get hit so bad. I just don't know. My tulips out front aren't happy. You have tulips already. Oh, wow. We're a wow for tulips. We're just like, oh, here, I'll show you, Josie. Kind of went gray. It looks a little blondish now, but as Michelle is telling me, as I use the purple shampoo, the toner, that it will get more silver. So Okay, so I'm just going to use Tight Bond, quick and thick, and put a band of glue on here and see how far we get with it. Okay, this is just the perfect time to get out my thing that I got at St. Vincent de Paul the one day. Old curved things. It's a hurricane, one of those hurricane lamp holder things. Okay, so putting this down, I have to put a little more glue in there, and then I'm going to have to cut some more. Oh, thank you, Josie. That's what Michelle said, and I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to set that in there and get a paper towel. Love I'm translating. I love the edge on the planner. Like live edge. Okay. Which there's live edge tables. Okay, so I'm gonna have to finish rolling a little bit more, and we'll put that on there. Love this thing for drying round stuff. So I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, let's see if this is enough. Here we go again. See if this piece is enough to roll it out for the rest. I think it will be. Need to finish working on my Shopify store. Okay, Josie, you have a good evening too. Good luck with that. All right. Thanks for popping in. Okay, I'm getting my spacers there again. Move them down a little bit. Been dying to play with clay, even purchase some air dry clay, but work has been keeping me busy, but also paying well, so I can't complain. Well, that's good. If you have to be in a meeting and don't have to be constantly typing, maybe you can play with clay while you're in the meeting. I don't know whether that would work or not, but just a thought. I'm gonna fess up. If you ever see me with my head down whenever we're on Flippin' Bunch, sometimes I'm working on stuff. I mean, it's hard to sit here and not do stuff when there's all these things in front of me, Sometimes I have to. But I'm fully engaged, just so you know. Okay, let's see. I only need about 6 inches maybe. And again, no comments. Busted, yep. Hey, I'm not eating dinner anymore. Okay, I'm gonna try it from here just because, well, obviously the shape. That one might, that one might not be long enough. We'll see. I can always cut it off and roll a little bit more. That's the fun thing about clay. It's pretty forgiving. All right, let's see what we got. Well, I ratted myself out, Dar. Okay. Oh, that's the one I had trouble with. So I'm probably going to have to re-roll. So I'm going to just do this and this and know that I have to re-roll some. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Good, bad news is that I've been staring at columns of numbers, trying to determine what my numbskull predecessor did. Sometimes fun, but under a deadline. Ugh, yeah. Sorry, that's right under the camera. I'm sure that's huge, but I think I'm running out of glue. I wanted to do this the easy way. I'll tell you what, let me see. I believe I have some Aleene's here. We'll see if that works. Get the cap back on this and put it upside down. Let's see if this will work. Okay, may have to get a brush out here. I'll use this little guy. Bouncing and twirling rabbit hole is calling me. See you tomorrow. Okay, Dar. Sounds good. Let us know what you come up with. World's largest bottle of Quick and Thick. Yes. And this stuff's good too. Aleene's tacky glue. Also, world's largest hands. Okay, I don't know whether the terracotta shrinks like the other stuff does or not, but boy, it's 8:08 already. I didn't even realize that. Okay, let me set it aside again, get a couple more scallops here, and then we should be good to go. And then I'm gonna paint this baby, but not on screen because it's getting late. Well, I only need like about 1.5 scallops. So this ought to do it. That one. Okay, it needs to be wider at the bottom. I'm gonna roll this out. I'm talking to myself here. What color? I don't know. What do you think? It's definitely gonna have to be something bright and dopamine. So I'm thinking like a bright blue, super bright blue, or pink, or green. You know, a color combo I love, and like peony and that kudzu green. If you happen to have that from Dixie Belle, but it's a green sort of. It's deeper than this. This is kind of more minty, like a dark mint, but Um, I love that color combo. Okay, so well, Gretchen, you'll be ready for a getaway, I guess, then, huh? I'm waiting to hear from a friend of mine. I might go up to see her this in April. And then Tom and I are planning that trip in June to Nashville. Love the blue idea, especially one of those that could be used with a mermaid type theme. Oh yeah, that would be cute. Almost black. That's a green. Okay. All righty. Let's get this in here. Hang on a minute, Grizz. He's either for real busting a gut or a getaway. I was ready to spend the day at the office today. I meant when we go in May. That's what I was talking about. Okay, let's see. So we've got one matched up, and then the other one I'm just going to have to trim. There, kind of trimmed them together, whether you can see or not. Let me get rid of this thing now, and then I'll let you see. So you can see the seam there. Maybe I can use one of my fancy schmancy tools. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it as well. Yeah, I guess I'll be finding out what furniture piece I'm going to be doing. And like I said, I want to stockpile all these things. And okay, so that is what it's looking like. And I'm going to have to check out my blue situation. I'm going to put the screen up here. Okay, so, why am I so lopsided here? I think I need to fill in there a little bit. And then it'll be even. Yeah, I just need to put a little strip in here up to the top because it just wasn't long enough. So, yeah, so stay tuned for the final results of that and also all those fun things that we talked about. And I really appreciate everybody joining tonight and participating. This is always, it's fun for me. I love it. So I will see you guys tomorrow night on Flippin' Bunch, hopefully. And also, let me see, we'll discuss the challenges that are upcoming, but I've been working on my challenge piece for the embellishments challenge, and it's almost done. I'm ready to sell for you, especially since I'm not likely to have anything. It will be good practice. This job has definitely boosted my general confidence again. Oh, that's good. I'm so happy to hear that. And I definitely appreciate that you're being my sales lady and chauffeur, geez, and bestie, that's fun too. Craft lady and all that. So, mischief, get her into her. All right. So, thank you guys for joining me. Love you and see you soon. Bye bye.